Good morning to all my bold conservatives out there. We have an action-packed show for you today. First, we're going to talk about how the new Bruce Orr 302s were released by the DOJ and what this means and what this confirms. And then we're going to talk about how things like this new movie that's coming out, it's a movie about the murder of conservatives, how movies like that and how MSNBC contributors are calling for angry mob violence on Trump supporters. And it's all getting mad out there. I mean, it's going to blow your mind. This is the Bold Conservative Show. All right. Today I want to talk about the release of the Bruce Orr 302s and some of the things that I noticed when I read the release documents. The FBI earlier released a 32 pages of notes known as 302s of its 2016 and 2017 interview with Bruce Orr and the DOJ official who met with the British dossier author Christopher Steele and opposition research firm Fusion GPS's Glenn Simpson. Orr's wife, Nellie Orr, worked for Fusion GPS throughout the 2016 presidential campaign. When they were hired by Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC, the FBI was sued by the watchdog group Judicial Watch to comply with their request for access to the notes via Freedom of Information Act. And we have a video released by Fox News on this. Roll that clip.
Bruce Orr and the author of the dossier, as you heard there, communicating on an encrypted app, and communications between the two continued long after the FBI had fired Steele. Just a couple of things we're learning tonight. So let's turn to former DOJ prosecutor Jim Trusty and former Deputy Assistant Attorney General John Yoo. Gentlemen, thank you both for being with us.
Sure.
All right, Jim, I want to start with you because you know some of these key players because of your work through the DOJ. What are your impressions about what we're learning tonight?
Well, there's still a whole bunch of questions. I guess that's the maddening part. We're getting closer to knowing more about the origins of this probe and really what conduct or perhaps misconduct was taking place. What I look at that's really interesting is that for 6 months, a decommissioned informant is being interviewed or being connected through Bruce Orr to his original sponsors, the FBI. I'd like to know, why are they having these meetings with Bruce Orr? Why are they collecting thumb drives and other information from Bruce Orr as he continues to work this relationship he had with Steele?
Yeah.
So we're not all the way there for answers, but we certainly have some pretty good questions at
and
this
just
point.
to remind people, our viewers probably know this, but Nellie Orr was Bruce Orr's wife. He's the DOJ official. She was hired to do research for Fusion GPS. One of the things that I saw that caught my attention in the 302s tonight, these FBI notes on interviews with Bruce Orr, one of them says, Glenn Simpson at Fusion GPS hired Orr's wife, Nellie Orr, to conduct research for his firm. Orr voluntarily provided his wife's research to the FBI, but the Fusion GPS header was stripped. I mean, John, what do you make about this? What essentially seems to be a back channel, as we've talked about, once Steele was formally fired from the FBI, this information was still feeding there.
What you see here is an incredibly tangled web of conflicts of interest. It is incredible to me that Bruce Orr is still in the job and hasn't recused himself when his wife, as you say, is working for the opposition research firm for Hillary Clinton and is transmitting information which he then deliberately conceals in terms of his origins. The second weird thing that's going on here, which I think gives a lot of fodder to people who think there's a deep state conspiracy, is that this is a fellow Bruce Orr. He's a high-level manager in the Justice Department. He's not supposed to be conducting daily conversations with a potential spy or source. That's for the FBI. It's as if Attorney General Barr was handing off cash to Putin's secretary. It's ridiculous that you would have a high-ranking Justice Department official essentially trying to pretend he's a James Bond 007. When you see that kind of involvement, it makes you think something else is going on, that there are ulterior motives. And then the last thing I think it's worth pointing out here is that I think there's still more to come, as you were just saying, that there's still so many gaps of information that we still need to know, and that I think there's going to be further investigations. I think these people ought to be worried because, as you said, a lot of this information is being used to get surveillance warrants, and misrepresentations to the court is punishable as a crime.
So the really strange part about this 302 ordeal is this. We have Fusion GPS, which was hired by Hillary Clinton's campaign to do opposition research. So basically, Fusion GPS colluded with a British spy known as Christopher Steele. And Christopher Steele released a dossier which is unverified and remains unverified, and was confirmed unverified when Robert Mueller released his report. And then when Robert Mueller testified before Congress, we learned that not only was Fusion GPS hired by Hillary Clinton, he was also paid by the DNC to come up with dirt on President Trump. So, and also, really strange turn of events was confirmed through the 302s that Bruce Orr and his wife Nellie Orr, whom worked for Fusion GPS, and when the report was given to the FBI and the DOJ, Bruce Orr and Christopher Steele, Fusion GPS, took their header off of the official document, which was strange in itself. So here's the thing. So you have this Christopher Steele fake dossier going around, and what happened was Bruce Orr told the FBI, told the CIA that the Steele dossier was completely unverified. In other words, most of the claims could not be proven. So it trickles up and then right back down again. And John Brennan, the head of the CIA, warned James Comey that this Steele dossier was completely unverified and he wouldn't put it in the report to get the FISA warrant. Well, we also learned that James Comey did not heed to that warning and stapled the fake dossier to the intelligence report before they handed it to the FISA court. So the FISA court allowed spying on the Trump campaign because of the unverified Steele dossier. So now you have Trump being spied on. You have all of Trump's staff members being spied on, which birthed the witch hunt, the Russian witch hunt, headed by Robert Mueller. So now, within a few months, within 30 days actually, I cut that down. With about 30 days, we found out that Robert Mueller knew there was no there. He knew there was no collusion whatsoever. He knew this, but he still allowed this crazy investigation to keep going. He even hired a bunch of anti-Trump Hillary supporters to to work on this investigation. So everything they come up with was bias. Everything from A to Z, everything was bias. Everything they wanted, they have proven time and time again that they wanted Hillary to win and they wanted Donald Trump to lose. So what kind of proper investigation can be held when you have all of these people donating to the Clinton campaign? But first, we're going to talk about our sponsor. Bluehost website hosting is one of the top recommended WordPress providers by WordPress.org. Enjoy hassle-free WordPress installation on all accounts. Or you can choose one of their beautifully pre-built templates to get started. Trained in-house experts are there to help 24/7. Their robust help center includes guides, video tutorials, and more. Try Bluehost and love them, or get a refund within 30 days of signing up. Not too many website hosts can actually say that. Your satisfaction is their top priority. Also, get access to marketing services, tools, and paid ad credits to boost your website's global reach. Get a special deal of only $3.95 per month when you visit them at bluehost.com/track/theboldconservative. The link will be in the description. Get your beautiful website hosted today.